Here's a fucked up thing to chew on. Every time I've appeared on this show in the year 2025, I've done so with fewer rights. If you also live in America, you've had fewer rights every time too. If there was an American freedom tracker out there in the world, the cliff it's tumbling down would put the stock market correction to shame. But the speed at which you're losing those rights is different depending on which reproductive organs you bring to the table. And we were reminded of that yet again when a federal judge in North Dakota decided that Catholic employers no longer have to abide by federal regulations that protect workers seeking abortions and fertility treatments. And if you want to know how full of religious bullshit this ruling was, let me just quote a quick excerpt for you. Quote, "It is a precarious time for people of religious faith in America. It has been described as a post-Christian age," end quote. And I'm sorry, but the only people saying America is in a post-Christian age are Christians trying to scaremonger other Christians into taking away people's fucking rights. But hey, maybe I'm just overthinking it. After all, I'm thinking and I'm a woman, so some would argue that that's evidence of overthinking right there. And one of the preeminent people making the argument against women thinking, in both word and deed, is Paula White Cain, televangelist, senior advisor to the White House Faith Office, and person whose eyes are always trying to kill something on the other side of a wall with nothing but focus. In a recent interview on the Steve Gruber Show, she, a senior advisor to the fucking president, reminded female viewers that her God designed them to submit to their husbands. While agreeing with Gruber about how Christianity needs more, quote, real men, end quote, she said of her husband, quote, "If there's ever a time that a decision has to be made and we don't agree on something, he's the head. It's not that hard to submit," end quote. Now, Paula, I've never met your husband, but the one thing I know about his decision-making process is that it led him to marry you after he saw how that worked out for your first two husbands. So I'm pretty confident in saying that nobody should submit their decision-making to that numbnut. And what about women without husbands? Who are they supposed to submit to? Are they just supposed to walk around in a quantum superposition waiting for a man to come along and collapse the wave function for them? Well, luckily, Republican gubernatorial candidate Kyle Lankford has an answer: incels. Now, to be clear, Lankford isn't a serious candidate. He's one of a dozen Republicans running for governor of California. And he's like number 6 of 6 among the Republicans, none of which stand a fucking chance. But when he was discussing his platform on immigration, he made a little news by suggesting that undocumented female immigrants should be allowed to stay if they marry incels. So anyway, I need a minute to formally broaden my definition of varmint. So I'm going to wrap things up there and hand you back over to Noah, Heath, and Eli.